Welcome to the second video in our series on dealing with debt and estate planning. Today, we're diving into a critical aspect that often gets overlooked, but can make all the difference: assessing and quantifying your debt. Whether it's mortgages, credit cards, or other financial obligations, understanding exactly what you owe is the foundation of a solid estate plan. In this video, we'll guide you step by step through how to identify, organize, and accurately account for all your debts, so you can protect your assets, minimize risks, and ensure your loved ones are taken care of. If you're serious about securing your financial legacy, you won't want to miss this. Let's get started. So, step-by-step guide on how to assess and quantify debt. Assessing and quantifying debt in estate planning is a crucial aspect that requires a systematic approach to ensure accurate and comprehensive representation of the decedent's financial liabilities. Follow this step-by-step guide to effectively evaluate and quantify debt. 1. Gather relevant documents. Start by collecting all relevant financial documents, including loan agreements, credit card statements, mortgage documents, medical bills, and any other records indicating outstanding debts. 2. Create a debt inventory. Develop a comprehensive list of all debts owed, categorizing them based on type, for example, mortgage, credit card, student loans, and creditor, for example, banks, financial institutions, healthcare providers. 3. Verify debt validity. Ensure that each debt listed is valid and legally enforceable. Review the terms and conditions of each debt to confirm its legitimacy and accuracy. 4. Determine priority debts. Identify priority debts that must be settled first, such as mortgage payments or tax liabilities, to prevent potential financial repercussions for the estate. 5. Assess debt amounts. Calculate the total amount owed for each debt by reviewing statements, invoices, and correspondence from creditors. Consider interest rates, penalties, and any other additional charges that may impact the total debt amount. 6. Consider joint debts. If the decedent had joint debts with a spouse or co-signer, determine the extent of liability for each party and how it affects the estate planning process. 7. Review insurance coverage. Evaluate any insurance policies held by the decedent that may cover specific debts, such as mortgage insurance or credit card protection plans. Determine whether these policies can be utilized to reduce the debt burden on the estate. 8. Consult legal and financial professionals. Seek guidance from legal and financial experts to ensure compliance with relevant laws and regulations governing debt settlement in estate planning. Professionals can provide valuable insights and assistance in navigating complex debt issues. 9. Document debt settlement plans. Develop a detailed plan for settling outstanding debts, including negotiation strategies with creditors, repayment schedules, and allocation of estate assets to cover liabilities. Documenting these plans will help ensure transparency and accountability in debt resolution. 10. Monitor debt settlement progress. Regularly review the progress of debt settlement activities, track payments made to creditors, and update the debt inventory as needed. Stay proactive in addressing any new debts that may arise during the estate administration process. By following this step-by-step guide, you can effectively assess and quantify debt in estate planning, enabling a smooth and efficient resolution of financial obligations to safeguard the decedent's legacy and protect the interests of beneficiaries. Identifying all existing debts and obligations. Identifying all existing debts and obligations is a crucial component of estate planning, especially when dealing with debt. This step involves conducting a thorough review of the deceased individual's financial records to gain a comprehensive understanding of their outstanding liabilities. Here are some key points to consider when identifying existing debts and obligations in estate planning. 1. Gather financial documents. Begin by gathering all relevant financial documents, including bank statements, loan agreements, credit card statements, mortgage documents, and any other records that may indicate outstanding debts. These records will provide valuable information about the deceased individual's financial obligations. 2. Create a list of creditors. Compile a list of all known creditors to whom the deceased individual owed money. This list should include details such as the name of the creditor, the outstanding balance, the account number, and the contact information for each creditor. 3. Review credit reports. Obtain a copy of the deceased individual's credit report to identify any outstanding debts that may not be immediately apparent. Credit reports can help uncover debts that the individual may have forgotten about or that were not included in their financial records. 4. Consider secured versus unsecured debts. Differentiate between secured debts, such as mortgages or car loans, and unsecured debts, such as credit card debt or personal loans. Secured debts are typically tied to specific assets that can be used to repay the debt, while unsecured debts do not have collateral attached to them. 5. Prioritize debts. Once you have identified all existing debts and obligations, prioritize them based on their urgency and importance. Some debts may need to be paid off immediately to avoid penalties or legal consequences, while others may be less pressing. 6. Communicate with creditors. It is important to communicate with creditors to inform them of the individual's passing and to make arrangements for the repayment of debts. Be prepared to provide a copy of the death certificate and any other relevant documentation to creditors as needed. 7. Consider liquidation of assets. In some cases, it may be necessary to liquidate assets in the estate to repay outstanding debts. Work with an estate planning attorney or financial advisor to determine the best course of action for settling debts while preserving the remaining assets for beneficiaries. By thoroughly identifying all existing debts and obligations as part of the estate planning process, you can ensure that the deceased individual's financial affairs are handled responsibly and in accordance with their wishes. This proactive approach can help minimize financial burdens on surviving family members and ensure a smooth transition of assets to beneficiaries. Understanding the implications of different types of debt on estate distribution. Understanding the implications of different types of debt on estate distribution is crucial in estate planning to ensure that the assets are distributed effectively and in accordance with the deceased's wishes. Various types of debt can impact how an estate is distributed, and it is essential to have a clear understanding of these implications when planning for the distribution of assets. 1. Secured debt. Secured debt is backed by collateral such as a house or a car. In the event of the borrower's death, the creditor may have the right to repossess the collateral to satisfy the debt. If the estate lacks sufficient assets to cover the secured debt, the creditor may have the right to claim the collateral, leaving fewer assets for distribution to beneficiaries. 2. Unsecured debt. Unsecured debt, such as credit card debt and personal loans, does not have collateral attached to it. When a person passes away with unsecured debt, the creditor typically has a claim against the deceased person's estate. The estate is responsible for paying off these debts before distributing assets to beneficiaries. If the estate does not have enough assets to cover the debts, the creditors may only receive a partial payment, and beneficiaries may receive reduced inheritances. 3. Mortgages. Mortgages are a common type of secured debt that can impact estate distribution. If the deceased person had a mortgage on a property, the outstanding balance of the mortgage becomes a debt of the estate. Beneficiaries may need to decide whether to pay off the mortgage, sell the property to cover the debt, or refinance the mortgage to retain ownership. 4. Tax debt. Tax debt, such as income tax or property tax owed by the deceased, is another important consideration in estate distribution. Tax authorities may have a claim against the estate for unpaid taxes, and these debts must be settled before the assets can be distributed to beneficiaries. Failure to address tax debts properly can lead to penalties and legal complications for the estate. 5. Joint debts. If the deceased had joint debts with another individual, such as a spouse or business partner, the co-signer may be held responsible for the debt. In such cases, the co-signer may need to repay the debt using the deceased person's assets or their own resources. Understanding the implications of joint debts is essential to avoid financial obligations falling on the co-signer unexpectedly. Understanding the implications of different types of debt on estate distribution is essential for effective estate planning. By identifying and addressing outstanding debts, determining how they will be paid off, and considering the impact of debts on asset distribution, individuals can ensure that their estate is managed efficiently and in accordance with their wishes. Consulting with a financial advisor or estate planning attorney can provide valuable guidance in navigating the complexities of debt management in estate planning. Tools and resources for accurately quantifying debt. Accurately quantifying debt is a crucial aspect of estate planning, as it provides a clear picture of the financial obligations that need to be settled before distributing the assets of an estate. There are several tools and resources available to help individuals and estate planners in accurately quantifying debt. 1. Financial statements. One of the primary tools for determining debt is through reviewing financial statements. These statements include details about assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. By carefully examining financial statements, individuals can identify outstanding debts, such as mortgages, credit card balances, loans, and other financial obligations. 2. Credit reports. Credit reports provide a comprehensive summary of an individual's credit history, including details about outstanding debts, payment history, and credit utilization. By obtaining credit reports from major credit bureaus such as Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, estate planners can gain valuable insights into the extent of the debt owed by the deceased individual. 3. Debt tracking software. There are various debt tracking software programs available that can assist in tracking and managing debts. These tools allow users to input details about each debt, including the creditor, outstanding balance, interest rate, and payment schedule. By using debt tracking software, estate planners can organize and monitor debts more effectively. 4. Professional financial advisors. Seeking guidance from professional financial advisors or estate planning attorneys can be invaluable in accurately quantifying debt. These experts have the knowledge and experience to analyze financial documents, identify outstanding debts, and develop strategies for debt repayment and estate distribution. 5. Online financial calculators. Online financial calculators can be useful in estimating debt obligations and determining the impact of interest rates and repayment schedules on the total debt amount. By using debt calculators, individuals can gain a better understanding of their debt situation and make informed decisions during the estate planning process. 6. Estate planning software. There are specialized estate planning software programs available that can help individuals organize their financial information, including debt details. These software tools often include features for tracking debts, generating reports, and creating estate planning documents that reflect the accurate quantification of debt. Utilizing a combination of financial statements, credit reports, debt tracking software, professional advisors, online calculators, and estate planning software can help individuals and estate planners accurately quantify debt as part of the estate planning process. By leveraging these tools and resources, individuals can ensure that all outstanding debts are accounted for and properly addressed in their estate plans. As we wrap up this crucial discussion on assessing and quantifying debt in estate planning, remember, knowledge is power. By taking the time to thoroughly evaluate your debts now, you're not just safeguarding your financial legacy, you're also ensuring that your loved ones won't be burdened with unexpected liabilities down the road. Proper debt assessment is the key to a solid estate plan that truly reflects your wishes and protects your family's future. Don't let debt be an afterthought. Make it a priority. Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore how to effectively manage and settle these debts, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for a smoother, more secure estate planning process. Your legacy depends on it.